Hey everyone. So I'm recording this at 11 o'clock at night, so I apologize that I'm in my pajamas. Um, as some of you know, I have been on my twin flame journey. Some people believe that twin flames exist, other people don't. That's completely up to you. It's whatever you want to believe. I personally believe that twin flame exists, mostly because I have met mine. And what makes me feel that I have met mine is the connection that him and I had, as well as I have never felt this with anybody. And I'm 36 years old. So, mind you, I still have quite a few years ahead of me. But when I met my twin flame, honestly, I did not find him attractive at all when I first saw him. There is a huge age gap between the two of us, like huge, which is very common for twin flames, whether the female is older or the male is older or the non-binary, whatever you identify as. Is older and or younger, and the age gap is extreme. So for me and my twin flame, the age gap I believe is 7 or 8 years, and that's okay, because that's one of the things that twin flames have to, because it's not the norm. Another thing with twin flames is that there is always, most of the time, they don't like each other the very first bit. Like, they do not find each other appealing. They do not, nothing. In my twin flame and I's case, we were friends. And he's quite a pain in my ass, actually. But I enjoyed everything and all the time that we had. And then there is a time of separation where both twins need to learn what it is that they need to learn themselves to be who they're supposed to be. So yeah, sorry, I don't remember what I was talking about completely. I was interrupted, so I had to pause the video. But yeah, so when my twin flame and I, we were just friends, and there was a time of separation. There was about 5 years of separation where we didn't talk at all. We both did our own things, learning the lessons we need to learn, starting to become who we're supposed to become. And with the twin flame journey, those that have masculine energy or identify as masculine, or if you're non-binary, go based on what you were born with, unfortunately. But energetically, those that identify and have more of a masculine kind of area, like, it's really hard to explain when it comes to all the different genders, and I do apologize. I am doing my best, but everything that I've been taught is, even spirituality, there's the feminine and the masculine energy. So that is how I'm going to describe this. So I do apologize to those, and I don't mean to offend anybody. But those with the masculine energy really have a harder time becoming who they truly are and becoming, working with the twin flame energy, and everything else, because they were taught, don't show emotion, don't, close your heart, like a bunch of other stuff. So it's harder for them to open up and connect and understand the connection, where those that identify with the feminine energy, we're the ones that are, originally the chasers. We're the ones that, the twin flames, we're doing tons of research. We're the ones that are looking up everything. And eventually the chasers stop chasing. So when my twin and I started talking again, I quit chasing. I was done chasing. And then he came back into my life, and we've been talking ever since. So we are currently in the, there's a word for it and I can't think of it, but we're reconnecting. Let's use a work that I'll do it right now. But there's still a lot of lessons that both him and I need to learn. And once we have learned those and have connected to our higher selves and have connected and become who we're supposed to be on this plane, we will connect as a couple in our case. Now, some twin flames just end up being friends. Others, they quit talking to each other because they aren't meant to connect in this life. But in a lot of cases with this day and age right now, the twins are connecting because we're helping the universe and the earth be more loving, more gentle. Now, saying all that, I have friends who are on the twin flame journey, and they had to literally cut cords with their twin because of how toxic they were. Well, that's because you're not meant to be with your twin in this life. And I am going to let you know that when you first meet your twin, you don't always know that it is your twin. For my twin and I had no idea because, of course, at the time I heard of twin flames, but I never knew what they were. I didn't know he was my twin until him and I kissed. Honestly, some twins don't need that. I did because my heart was closed off. And I was still just opening up energetically. I've been a psychic medium since the age of 13, but I'm always learning and, always growing spiritually and a bunch of other stuff. So I was just opening up. And like when him and I kissed, my heart basically exploded. And I've never had that feeling. I've been searching for it since, haven't been able to find it. And just I know when he's upset, I know when he's sad, I know where he's located, I know, okay, I don't know what he's doing because that'd just be creepy. But I can always tell when he's upset and a bunch of other stuff. And people are like, well, that's because you're a psychic medium. It's not always because I'm a psychic medium. When you find your twin, that happens. Yes, that happens with soulmates and a bunch of other individuals, parent, child, stuff like that. But when it's your twin, it's a very, very different connection. And most of the time, the masculine energies are the ones that are the runners. Well, once the chaser stops chasing that individual, and trust me, I did my chasing. I chased my twin quite a lot, actually, to the point where people thought I was obsessed. But that's just part of the twin flame journey. Like, even I was, a little bit concerned. Not in a bad way. But once I stopped chasing and quit talking to my twin and having like anything, he came back and started talking to me again. Because that is the twin flame process. The chaser, normally people shows like obsessive energy, obsessive like actions, not like stalker, but like constantly thinking about them, constantly hoping they're happy, constantly wanting to message them, constantly just really focused on your twin. And once that stops, because you stop chasing and you understand that no matter what you do, you and your twin are connected. You're always together. So there's no point in chasing because you're always connected and you're always together in a spiritual realm. So then physically they come back. So my twin and I are reconnecting. They are still with their partner, and that's perfectly fine. I'm happy for them. They're learning lessons, they're doing what they need to do. I know when it's divine timing, him and I will be together, and I'm just patiently waiting for that. And in the meantime, I'm working on myself, working on my family, working on, who I'm supposed to be connecting with, my higher self and everything else, and getting more out there. So I hope this video helped anyone understand that are on the twin flame journey. And I will be posting another video probably tomorrow. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. Night.